Many fundamentals need to be developed at half-court to build a solid foundation for future success. Even though this program has players in groups and a game-based approach is used, technical development needs to be a priority. During lessons, players will perform many fundamentals incorrectly. This is an opportunity for coaches to be organized and relentless in maintaining skills during all lessons. To help coaches be more systematic, we have identified 5 fundamentals that coaches must ensure players are constantly working towards in the half-court program. The 5 technical fundamentals are grip, setup, impact point, hitting zone, and recovery. The grips established for half-court tennis are the Continental, the Eastern forehand grip, and the Eastern backhand grip. These grips provide the most advantages and least limitations for future tennis development. They make it easier to control the racket face. We have also identified some red flag grips coaches should look out for. To see the grips easier, it's recommended players use rackets that have a grip reference, like the Wilson line of children's rackets. To reference grips, the knuckle of the index finger gripping hand should be placed on the appropriate colored reference line. For example, knuckle placement for the Continental grip is between the red line and the top yellow line. When volleying and self-rallying, a Continental grip will minimize the need for grip changes when switching from forehand to backhands. Coaches should watch out for these red flag grips, where the hand is too far around from the recommended Continental grip. On serves, the Continental grip will promote pronation. At the silver level, an Eastern forehand grip is acceptable. However, at the gold level, the Continental grip is required. Watch out for extreme forehand grips when serving. On forehand ground strokes, ensure players use an Eastern forehand grip to stabilize the racket face in a vertical position. For this grip, the knuckle is on the red line on the side of the grip. Watch out for extreme forehand grips on forehand ground strokes. On one-handed backhand ground strokes, ensure players use an Eastern backhand grip to stabilize the racket face in a vertical position. For this grip, the knuckle is on the yellow line at the top of the grip. Watch out for a forehand grip on one-handed backhand ground strokes. The recommended grip for a two-handed backhand is an Eastern forehand on the top hand and a Continental on the bottom hand. Watch out for a forehand grip on the lower hand on two-handed backhands. For a more comprehensive viewing of grips, please refer to the Tennis Canada 3/4 Court DVD. Setup is preparing to create a good impact point by preparing the arm and body together, getting sideways early, being in the proper location with balance. Watch out for players setting up without getting sideways and preparing with their arm only. On ground strokes, Players prepare their arm and body together in a sideways position before the ball bounces. This movement is often called a unit turn, as the arm and body prepare as one unit. On volleys, the preparation is more compact, with a slight shoulder turn on the forehand and a sideways turn on the backhand. Volley preparation should be completed before the ball crosses the net. On serves, watch out for players facing forward. Players should be in a sideways position, and the toss needs to lift the ball gently into the impact point. A red flag on forehand preparation is breaking the arm and body connection. Taking the racket back too far with a large backswing makes creating a good impact point difficult. On the forehand, players should prepare the racket so it doesn't break the sideways plane of their body. In other words, the racket should stay on the forehand side of the body. On backhands, this is typically not an issue. A third red flag to look out for are players setting up in the improper location and out of balance, making it difficult to create a good impact point. Players can get to the proper location using running to cover long distances, shuffling for short distances, or crossovers for medium distances. An impact point is centering the ball on the strings in a good relationship to the body. There are two red flags that alert coaches to a problem. Red flag number 1, off-center hits. Ensure players keep their head forward and their eyes focused on the impact in order to center the ball. On ground strokes, players should strive to establish an impact point at waist level, slightly out in front, and at a comfortable distance from the body. Ensure players are aware of the location of their impact point. A red flag is an impact point in a poor relationship to the player's body. On volleys, players should strive for the same impact point as ground strokes, except that the height changes to chest level. On serves, watch out for impact points that are low and too far in front of the body. The ideal serve impact point should be with an upward arm extension. The hitting zone is when the racket face moves with stability towards the intended target. For better control of direction, players should extend the racket face toward the target for a longer distance. This provides a margin of safety so the ball can be contacted anywhere in the zone and still go in the intended direction. They should feel the face of the strings moving towards their intended target. Players should use a laid-back wrist to stabilize their racket face through the impact. Engaging the body through the shot also enhances the hitting zone. Watch out for swing paths that circle around the body. This limits the distance the racket face moves toward the target. Direction control becomes difficult when the racket angle changes constantly. Long hitting zones are important for accuracy when performing ground strokes. Recovery is returning to a neutral location in a balanced position in preparation for the next shot. Tennis is a game of moving and positioning for continuous shots. A red flag is players not recovering, which makes the next shot more challenging. Players must learn to return to a neutral position and location before the ball bounces on the opponent's side of the court. This is true for ground strokes, volleys, and serves. Just like the footwork used for setup, players perform any combination of crossover, shuffling, or running steps to recover. Since the distance and angles involved in half-court tennis are minimal, it is acceptable for players to recover to the center of the court. Adjusting the recovery location is more fully explored in the three-quarter court program. These fundamentals create a solid technical foundation that players can build on for future success. All the development drills in this DVD are the vehicle coaches should use to reinforce these fundamentals. For a full listing of technical fundamentals, please refer to the Tennis Canada Half-Court curriculum.